Let's get this grill cloth out in the backer board here and set it aside. Then I'm going to clean up all this junk here inside the cabinet and do a closer evaluation here on what it's going to take to get this thing glued back together. Set this aside. I did mark it here top just in case there's any difference in the dimensions. Closer look here at some of the separation I was talking about. I could blow this stuff out right here in my face, but I've already sucked enough pollen in this morning mowing the yard, so I'm going to just wipe it out here. One of these wet wipes, and then we'll get the GOJO on it here and do a detailed cleaning of the cabinet here. And real quick here, the look inside. Maybe under some better lighting conditions, but that cleaned up pretty well. Got most of that junk out of there without having to blow it in my face. And then I'll try to preserve this piece here as well. I'm not sure if these spots here kind of concern me, if they're all the way through the finish and the veneer itself is missing, or if that's just lacquer. It's almost like a paper thin veneer, so I hope I don't have to re-veneer this, but I'll sand it down and see what this is, of course, after we strip it. So maybe a lot of this will come off and it will evenly match. But it looks more like a light walnut on the front and the top, and this area appears to be black lacquer, and maybe black lacquer here as well for the horizontal louvers here for the grill area and the base. You guys can ignore the Kadette down here at the bottom on the right hand side. That's just a water slide decal that I created, just playing around with. Alrighty, let's take this thing back in the shop and start gluing her up here. You guys excuse the noise in the background. I've got a dehumidifier running and a air conditioning here in the shop. It's like summer type temperatures, so trying to keep the humidity way down and keep the shop cool as long as I can. I'm just doing a dry fit here before gluing, and just making sure these pieces come back together. And I'm going to just do these one section at a time here. Apply some wood glue down in here, and we'll just let this set up for a while with the clamp, remove it, and just move on to the next spot here till we secure the cabinet. I'm going to start here on the bottom left facing the rear of the cabinet, and I'm going to just let the glue run down the groove here for the tongue and groove joint. Then of course I'll put some glue here underneath the existing glue block and do my best to better secure this area back here as well. You see how much glue I can get down in here. You can see here I'm just leveraging gravity to let the glue flow all the way down that channel. And I'll flip this back over when we get it, and I'll do the same here around the glue blocks here inside. So maybe this is showing up inside the cabinet. As you can see, not only did I try to get glue underneath, I'm trying to flow some glue on the outside of the glue blocks as well, back to the substrate, because the cabinet is so fragile and weak. And then here, excuse the mess here, yard sale junk. I've got all the extra glue here cleaned up around the edge here. You guys can see here, I'm just repeating the process here for the right side. Let gravity feed the glue down. Same thing here, just working this bottom right side, and then I'll move up here to the top section. And we'll be done gluing this thing back together, except for any loose veneer, of course. Just repeating the process here, you can see I've got the cabinet flipped over now and tilted back at a little bit of an angle, so this is the top, doing the same thing here. Glue back in the tongue and grooves, clamped accordingly, and then just building this back up around the glue blocks. We'll let this set up for a day or two. Then we'll be ready to strip the old finish off the cabinet here.